Oh, thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about on my regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Pandora, the whole 9 yards there. Uh, QB top 40 list today. QB 20 and QB 19. First, let's start with QB 20. Zack Wilson. I know I might get some hate for this. I know it may shock you, but quarterbacks who are more talented in terms of arm talent than Zack Wilson in the NFL right now. Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. After that, I couldn't tell you. And yes, that does mean I do think his arm talent is better than guys like Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, maybe even a Matthew Stafford. Arguments for some guys, but after those four guys, Herbert, Allen, Mahomes, and Rodgers, Zach Wilson takes a backseat to no one in terms of arm talent. The arm angles are insane. He can throw it from almost every different arm angle in the book. It's very Rodgers and Mahomes-esque, whether he's off his back foot, whether he's awkwardly left or right in the pocket with very good accuracy. He has very good pace and ball control. He throws it on a rope in stride most of the time, so his receivers are getting yards after the catch. He's very good in terms of moving within the pocket. He moves within the pocket at a very high level. He has a great pocket feet. Uh, Also, I think what Zach Wilson does a good job of, particularly for a young QB, he goes to his reads at a pretty decent level, which I like as well. And like I said, in just terms of pure arm power, it's special. When you look at the ball spin, tight, quick, very catchable football. His release is extremely quick as well. One of the quickest releases, one of the 5 or 7 quickest releases in the NFL. And he's a very good scrambler too. Now, with all that, you might ask, how, if Zach Wilson can have all of that talent, why would he not be higher? Why would he have had the season he did last year? Well, the answer is simple in this, and this is the most concerning thing about Zach Wilson. One, he's a smaller man, uh, and he sucks when he's pressured. He sucks when he's pressured. He gets very startled by pressure. He physically wears down over the course of a game as he is getting hit. And then that starts to affect his accuracies and the throws he's able to make. Also, his feel for pressure at times was just horrific and atrociously bad. And it's like, okay, like you should be able to kind of feel that there, and he's not. And I think sometimes things start moving too fast for him. Sometimes I also think because of his size, he gets his balls batted down at the line of scrimmage. And you also can look at him statistically. He was like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL when blitzed. But it's not just the blitz, it's just pressure in general and bodies around him. He really struggles with that. I also think he's a smaller guy. So since that, it's harder for him to step up in the pocket when big bodies are around him. So that's something that Zach Wilson is going to need to figure out if he ever wants to be all he can be, because in terms of the pure arm talent, like there's only like 5, 6 guys that are on his level in terms of that. So he needs to figure out that part of the game. Also, not a great guy in the QB design run game, even though he is athletic, he's quick, he's twitchy, just does not have the physicality to take those type of hits. So then we get to quarterback 19, Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts is one of the 3 best running QBs in the NFL. It's Lamar Jackson, and then it's Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen for number 2. That's just what it is. First of all, when it comes to Jalen Hurts, he is extremely fast. He has great acceleration. He can run through contact at the second level against linebackers and safeties at the third level. He has very good quickness and agility. He can make you miss in the open field. Also, sometimes you look at him and he gets to the edge so quickly of a defense, and you're like, holy crap, like what the F? Like this dude is a QB and he's that athletic. It is freaky. And since he's so athletic, since he's so strong and powerful, it really adds to the Eagles' running game. And it allows for a lot of easy throws for Jalen Hurts, who isn't the best thrower of football in the world, to get a lot of easy throws in the middle of the field. So it helps him out. His rushing ability helps out his passing ability. And then in terms of the pocket, he can shrug off guys in the pocket, just throw defensive linemen away and then escape as well. So he adds a scrambling element that way. Now we get into more so the negative. And I also will say this. Jalen Hurts, solid at going through his reads, decent deep ball, right? But the negatives here are this. And Jalen Hurts cannot move up any higher on this list until this gets fixed. His accuracy can just be downright atrocious. If you look back at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, he just had a clean pocket and is just missing open wide receivers. That just can't happen. He goes through that because One, he's not a very talented thrower of the football. I don't think he has great feel, anticipation, and accuracy. I think you can work on all those things, but at some point, I think they are natural. Like guys like Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, they are very natural at that. These are things that I don't necessarily think can just be taught. So I think that's what Jalen Hurts has to work on if he ever hopes of moving up higher on my list. But after you get past that, like the dude's a top 3 runner at the position. That's an elite trait that can carry him. You can tailor an offense around that. And that's all we have today for QB 19 and QB 20 on my top 40 QBs in the NFL. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.